Hello TV friends! Today I will be going over 8 of the craziest Scream theories from the original movie. Let's get right into the first theory, which is that Billy and Stu are secret lovers. Actor Matthew Lillard has officially confirmed a long-standing fan theory: Billy Loomis and Stu Macher. The murderous duo from Wes Craven's 1996 slasher classic Scream were gay lovers, appearing at Silver Screen Con alongside co-stars Skeet Ulrich, Billy, Rose McGowan Tatum, and Roger L. Jackson, the voice of Ghostface. Lillard leaned into the decades-old speculation. "We are the first husbands of horror," he declared to a cheering crowd, adding, "We are the first gay couple ever in a horror movie, and there's nothing they can effing say about it. You can't touch it, you can't take it away." The actor's comments have sparked widespread celebration among fans, particularly within the LGBTQ+ community, who have long interpreted the intense dynamic between Billy and Stu as more than just friendship. Lillard's impassioned message was aimed at young queer viewers. If there's a little gay kid out there going, "Oh my God, we see you, we love you." The theory isn't without precedent. Screenwriter Kevin Williamson, who is openly gay, previously revealed that the characters were loosely inspired by real-life killers Leopold and Loeb, who were themselves in a romantic relationship. "It's very sort of homoerotic," Williamson said, "in the sense that there were these two guys who killed just to see if they could get away with it." Fans have long pointed to moments in the film that suggest romantic tension: Stu's emotional dependence on Billy, the physical closeness during their villain reveal, and the infamous peer pressure line delivered with a vulnerability that hinted at deeper feelings. Rose McGowan even joked during the panel that the relationship might have been a motive in her character's death, calling it a deep subplot that maybe they weren't even aware of. Lillard responded, "Maybe we were totally aware." With Scream 7 currently in production and legacy characters returning, speculation is rife that Stu Macher might reappear, potentially giving the franchise a chance to explore this relationship more explicitly. Theory 2. There were 3 killers. At the end of the first movie, both Billy Loomis and Stu Macher are revealed to be the killers, beginning with the unseen murder of Maureen Prescott 1 year prior to the events of Scream 1996. However, fans proposed that there was a third killer. The third film, penned by new writer Aaron Kruger, toyed with the fan theory of Dewey Riley's involvement from the start, making him a red herring briefly, before revealing retroactively that music video director, Roman Bridger, the illegitimate son of Maureen Prescott, angry that she abandoned him and hired to direct Stab 3, returned to Woodsboro, was the mastermind who convinced Billy to recruit Stu to kill his mother, after showing him tapes of his birth mother's affair with Billy's father. Who framed Cotton? Canon. The film largely implies it is Billy Loomis, with a strikingly similar hairstyle, that wore the coat Sidney Prescott sees, leaving her house wearing it. But the films never give a visual of the murder, as it functions to be backstory lore for the whodunit mystery. The assumption is by the reveal that Billy wore the coat at nighttime, and Sidney witnesses the man leaving from the window of her mother's room seen in set form on the Stab 3 set, seen in Scream 3. Both Billy and Stu admitted to framing Cotton, calling it easy. Some fans suggest Billy and Stu were too short and skinny to have been the coat wearer. Stu, though the same height, like Billy, was too skinny. Cotton was a muscular, large man. Fans propose a possible third killer who resembled Cotton from behind, with the same height and muscle appearance, could have been responsible for this. It is possible, with Roman Bridger claiming to have killed Maureen in Scream 3, that it was Roman who was wearing the jacket. Though he's not as tall as Cotton, his age and body build is closer to that than the obviously younger and skinnier Billy and Stu. Theory 3. Stu Macher is still alive. This is perhaps the most famous and persistent theory. It's because every other major killer has had a definitive death, usually a headshot, and Stu was only seemingly killed when a TV was dropped on his head. Fans have speculated he could have survived and may return to the franchise. While later films like Scream 6 have referenced his confirmed death, Matthew Lillard's recurring interest in the role and the use of Billy Loomis as a ghost or hallucination keep the possibility of a return in some form alive for fans. It is also confirmed in Scream 6 that there are Stab fans that also believe that Stu is still alive, with Mindy replying to Kirby with, "If you believe he's actually dead." Theory 4. It never actually happened. This theory suggests that the Scream movies are just movie adaptations of Gale Weathers' novels. Like the movie Stab, are fictional movies within the Scream movies. The Scream movies are fictional movies within the Scream movies, if that makes sense. Like the Scream movies are also movies within its own universe, compiled from the novels of Gale Weathers into its own adaptations. This theory makes sense in a way that we have movie adaptations of books, such as Harry Potter. But the Scream films are movie adaptations of Gale's novels. Theory 5. Sidney was the actual killer. One fan theory suggests Sidney, seeking revenge for her mother's past, could have masterminded the attacks to frame Billy and her father, using Roman as her accomplice. The theory implies Sidney committed the murders herself with Roman's help and that she killed Billy, Stu, and Randy after the reveal. But the movie's canonical events disprove this. While this theory is disproven in the movies, some fans suggest that the movies aren't actually what happened, but instead what Sidney claims that happened. This is a theory I would love to get behind on, because it's really fun to think about. Sidney being the mastermind behind everything. Theory 6. Who killed who? This one is more of theories on whether it was Billy or Stu that killed certain characters. The killers are Billy Loomis and Stu Macher, though it is often debated which one committed which specific murder. Theories suggest Billy was the more calculating killer, often handling the phone calls, while Stu was the more physical or clumsy one who performed many of the violent acts like the stabbing of Steve Orth. The killer's main motive was revenge. After Billy's father left his mother because of an affair with Sidney's mother, Maureen Prescott, whom they also killed the year before. These are the theories on who killed who. Maureen Prescott. Both Billy and Stu killed her together. Steve Orth. Stu is generally considered to have killed him, with Billy making the threatening phone call. Casey Becker. Billy is believed to have killed her while Stu was on the phone with her. Principal Himbry. Billy killed him. Gale Weathers. Both Billy and Stu attacked her, but Gale survived and later intervened, leading to the final confrontation. Tatum Riley. Some believe Billy was the one who killed her because of how she was cornered in the garage, while others believe it was Stu. Kenny Brown. Stu killed him. Randy Meeks. Both Billy and Stu attacked him, but only Stu shot him in the shoulder. Mind you, these are not confirmed, just theories. Theory 7. Billy and Stu were half-brothers. This theory contradicts the other theory that Billy Loomis and Stu Macher were secret lovers. Billy Loomis is the son of Hank and Nancy Loomis. His primary motive was revenge against Sidney's mother, Maureen Prescott, because Maureen had an affair with his father, leading to the divorce of his parents. Stu Macher is the best friend of Billy and is a secondary antagonist who helps carry out the murders. His family background is different from Billy's. In Scream 5, Stu's nephew Vince appears. Their relationship, the two are not related by blood, but are best friends, who became serial killer partners for a revenge plot against Sidney and her mother. While this theory seems to be disproven, that will not stop the fans from theorizing what they want to believe. Theory 8. Gale started the Ghostface killings. Some fans suggest Gale, a fame-seeking reporter, is the mastermind behind the original murders because she capitalized on the tragedy for her book, The Woodsboro Murders. This theory argues that she saw an opportunity to get rich quick by writing a sensational story about a mother's murder and the subsequent killings. The actual plot of Scream reveals that the Ghostface killers were Billy Loomis and Stu Macher, who were motivated by a combination of revenge, peer pressure, and thrill-seeking. Gail is an investigative reporter who initially believes Cotton Weary is innocent and later publishes her own book about the events, which helps to solve the case and bring justice to Maureen Prescott's story. Fans theorize that Gail, being a good journalist, found out that Billy's father was cheating with Maureen Prescott and subtly helped Billy find out. It was later revealed in Scream 3 that Roman was the one who told Billy about the affair. But fans still like to theorize that Gail orchestrated the whole thing for fame. That was 8 crazy Scream theories. You enjoyed this video? Give that like button a whack and hit subscribe to see more TV content. Also, leave a comment with your theories. I'd love to hear them. Thank you for watching.